I'm recording. You ready?
Yep. Hi!
Hi!
That's a creepy face. I don't like it.
It's pretty numb though. It's probably thinking, oh, you look pretty numb today, Chrism.
I don't think that's what it's thinking.
Anyway, this is the Horrorscope Fatal Awakening. This game is going to read our future, baby. You ready? Well, the people who died as a result of that burp spree. Oh my god! 2020 can't get any worse.
Don't say that. Please don't say that. We have so much time left.
Before experiencing the Horrorscope Fatal Awakening, it's highly recommended you wearing headphones. That's fine. We both are. Just as important is having the volume turned up. Okay. Turn off all the lights in your room.
No.
Trust me, you'll get much better benefit from playing the Horrorscope with the volume on and the lights off. Okay, I'm turning the lights off. 1 sec.
Oh yeah, sure. Totally.
I really am! Play this game is complete the only way to truly immerse yourself. Okay, whatever. Are you ready to continue?
We're recording it. It's not gonna get...
that immersive. I'm not turning my lights off. Why don't you come back once you've grown a spine? You're not ready? It won't let me? Are you kidding me? Fine. We'll just lie then. I'd like to give a big shout out to Stardust Writer, our super nomkin who supports us on Patreon. Thank you so much, Stardust Writer, for the continued support. We love you, and you're very nom. Right, baby?
Maybe.
She's very nom. Or he. I'm not actually sure if it's a she or he, but they're very nom.
You are very numb, whoever you are.
You're very nom. Very. Anyway, guys, if you want to support, link is in the description. Cat Lady playthrough going up on Patreon by the end of this month. We're going to start on that. Lots of cool stuff. You'll be able to vote next month on future playthroughs again. Check it out. Awesome place with awesome stuff. And we have a current goal. If we get to 370 supporters on Patreon, which we're not actually that far off, we're going to be doing a Harvester playthrough come October time, just in time for the spooky season and Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye!
I'm not even sure who this lady is, honestly.
Just go with it. The developers of the game are not responsible for any supernatural ghosts or demonic hauntings or damages that occur during or after playing this game. By continuing, you're accepting full liability for anything that takes place.
I don't like that. I think it's very rude.
Well, what do we have here? I'm surprised to see that you're still alive. You shouldn't be here. I have a feeling that you came here today because you're interested in peering into the future. More specifically, the end of your future.
Oh, that's gross.
The fact that you're here right now tells me you've already managed to dodge a bullet. As I said, you really shouldn't be here. If you think you can somehow manage to escape death twice, however, well, let's just say the odds are not very much in your favour.
Well, listen, the virus is not known, but...
Nevertheless, you're here now. I've not much else better to do, so I suppose we can get started with this whole process. You do know this kind of deal comes with a price, right?
I mean, I didn't exactly ask for it.
The game was £1. It's pretty reasonable. I don't normally just hand out fate readings freely. If you come to me in the past and didn't charge you, I must have been a good morning and feeling quite generous. I'll make you a deal. I will tell you how you're going to die. But it's going to cost you 10% of your remaining time on this earth. If you've got 10 years left to live, I get one of these years. If you've got 60 years to live, I get 6 of those years. You understand, right? Now, I'm not going to tell you how much time you got left, but I will tell you how your time will come to an end. And, if you pay close enough attention, you might even be able to avoid tragedy altogether and buy yourself a little extra time amongst the living. Sounds like a bargain. Sounds like a pretty fair deal, don't you think? So what do you say? Do we have a deal? I think we have to click we have a deal to continue, baby.
Yes.
Wonderful. I'll be happy to show you what most don't get to see. Now, in order for me to see what I need to see, I need to do something that most people aren't able to do. I need you. Something simple, yet for some reason so incredibly difficult. I'm going to ask you a series of questions and I need you to answer them for me. Okay. Now, that's not the hard part, you see. The most difficult part of this entire process is that I need you to answer them honestly. Some of these questions may be easy for you to answer with the utmost truth and best of intentions. But some other questions, now, let me tell you, some questions may be incredibly difficult to answer. because answering some of these questions may make you feel like a truly awful, despicable, disgusting, immoral human being. Well, good news is, but let me tell you a little secret. There's no such thing as a good human. Everyone has their quirks. Baby, are you a quirky serial killer?
Oh, I'm just so quirky.
Everyone
so random.
has their problems. Everyone has their vices. And everyone has their demons. Now that's out of the way, we're going to begin. If you answer these questions twice, your advice may change. It's not about answering the questions, it's about many different variables. And I cannot stress this enough, no matter how uncomfortable you are, no matter how bad it may make you feel, you must be 100% entirely honest with your answers. If you lie, you cannot be saved. The suffering you will endure will know no bounds, and you will regret not taking a little extra time to think before answering. Take your time, do not rush, truly think about the answers you're giving. This has been your final warning. Whatever happens to you from this point is out of my control. And here we go. When you were younger, did you believe in the Tooth Fairy?
I can't remember.
I did.
I don't think I did. But that's because I grew up in a religious house.
Okay, we'll take turns. See what I'll do it first, then you, and we'll turn it.
Just do it. It's fine.
Yes. Okay.
You probably had a funner childhood than I do.
Do you still believe in the Tooth Fairy? No. I think we can reach a consensus there. Do you ever feel dead inside?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the majority of people do.
You very well might be. Oh, thanks, Alice. Have you ever thoughts or fantasies of suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we both have. I mean, if you have those, you should definitely get help.
I wouldn't say a fantasy of suicide.
Yeah,
I would say
thoughts.
I had thoughts of suicide.
And if you have those, you should definitely get help. Remember, anyone watching this?
Yes.
Have you ever fantasized about murdering another person?
Do videos games count?
I don't know. But yes. Listen, they were really annoying, okay? Have you ever fantasized about murdering a family member?
No.
No. It's only fun murder if you don't know them. Would you consider yourself to be an evil person?
No.
No. Well, that's interesting. Would you consider yourself to be a resentful person?
Like holding a grudge?
Yeah, or like even like jealousy, sort of like, I suppose. No, you're more right. Resentfulness is more like holding a grudge over past events.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes too.
I think the only way you could not be a resentful person is if you didn't hold grudges ever for no reason at all.
I think it's quite human to be resentful.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself to be an angry person?
Yes.
I'm working on it, guys, okay? I've been trying harder, right, Babanumkin?
You have been.
But yes. Have you ever killed an animal? Does that count insects?
Does that count fishing?
I guess it does. So yes?
Yeah,
I
guess so.
want to preface, I've never killed like an animal. But
I have because I've gone fishing.
Yeah, I've killed an ant.
But it's never. I don't think either of us have ever
killed a four-legged animal or a mammal.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean.
But just yes, whatever.
Not killing anything in the context that it would not be.
Have you ever killed a person?
Well, no. See, you say that, but there are societies where it is totally okay to kill somebody for being gay.
That's true.
There are freaking, and you don't scoff all you want. There are tribal people that still exist today that still think that killing another person for whatever reason is perfectly fine. So yeah, morality is just completely and utterly based on your society and your
But no, right, for this one?
Well, no, neither of us have ever killed somebody. I'm just saying, it's an interesting thing.
I understand what you're saying. If you had a life-threatening disease, would you intentionally spread it to someone you hated? I don't think so.
No.
That's shit. If you could murder one person and get away with it, would you do it?
No.
No, I don't think so. Huh. If you had 3 wishes, would you give them away just to be kind? No, fuck no.
It said, would you give one of them away?
Oh, one of them. No.
I would.
Mmm.
But you can answer no if you want.
No, we're gonna go your route because you're good and pure, and I'm gonna go to hell.
I'm not good and pure. I just, whenever I get asked that question of like, well, usually it's like, you know, what would you do if you won the lottery or something like that? I don't really get asked like, what if you had 3 wishes? I usually get asked like more practical things, and my thought process is always like, well, I'd give some money to my family. I'd give money to my friend, to my sister, who's family, but she's not blood family. I call her my sister, but we're not actually blood related. So I give money to her. I do up the house.
If I had 3 wishes, billionaire, super hot. I can't think of a third one yet, but those 2 would work. They would be the first 2.
If I had 3 wishes, I'd wish for my family to all be healthy.
That's very nice.
Because my family struggles a lot with health-related stuff.
We're going to take your answer because your answer is nicer.
And I would wish that Pretzel would live as long as us, so like 100 years.
That would be that would be my third wish.
And then my third wish would be that me and all of my descendants and family and friends, whoever wanted to, because I realize not everyone wants to be old, would live as long as they wanted to, and be healthy, and not do the catch-22 of like that Greek one who's like, oh yeah, I want this person to have everlasting life, but then she forgot to give them everlasting youth, so they ended up being a zombie basically forever.
Fair. We're going with Chrisms. That was so adorable. I have to pick yes. Would you consider yourself to be a control freak?
I have tendencies to be, so I can't.
I think I do too, so we'll go yes. No one is ever truly in control. Thanks, Alice. Thanks for your insight. I'm not paying you to fucking tell me what I'm like. Just fucking get on with the future, alright? Have you ever seen a ghost?
I thought I did a couple times.
Yeah, I'll say yes as well. Are you sure?
No.
No. If you woke up with a spider crawling across your eyes, would you scream?
Yes.
Yes. If you had one day to live, would you do something incredibly selfish or potentially harmful to others? I don't think so.
Okay, you can't ask 2
And
questions
that's different.
that are necessary.
Being selfish doesn't necessarily cause harm to others. Like, if I had one day to live, I might be like, yeah, I'm just going to do what the fuck I want. But I'm not going to be like, yeah, if I had one day to live, I'm going to go and shoot somebody.
Yeah, because I understand, like, people think, oh, I have one day to live, I'm going to go rob a place. And that's selfish and potentially harmful. But if I just go, like, I am going to go, I'm going to spend a lot of money, I'm going to have a really nice meal, and I'm going to go to an amusement park.
Are you afraid of another person in your life? Do you mean someone we know or any other person on the planet? Because that's a broad question again.
That is a very broad question.
I think it means people you know.
Am I afraid of anyone? I guess I get afraid of getting bad reactions, but I don't fear from my life in any instance.
We're going to assume this is people that we know. I'm going to go with no, okay?
Yeah.
Have you ever been physically assaulted? Yes.
Yes.
Do you sometimes feel alone even when you're in a room full of people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me? Alice, I think there was some interference there. It was wibbly wobbly text. If I told you your life matters very little in the grand scheme of things, would you be upset by that?
No.
No?
Because that's just an assumption of
reality.
You are one person amongst billions.
Yeah.
In a universe that is ever expanding, that we know little to nothing about, really. And you are basically, on the grand scheme of things, like, in the grand scheme of things, we're not talking about your individual life, because in your individual life, you do matter. And in your radius, you matter. But if we're talking about universe level, then yeah, everyone doesn't really matter.
Exactly. So, would you be upset by that?
No.
No. If I told you that you're unique, you're special, and there's a very good reason that you're still alive, would you believe me? Like,
I mean, we say that.
we said it's literally the opposite of what we just agreed to. I think that there is merit in everyone, and just because you're in the grand scheme of things you don't matter doesn't mean it doesn't matter to yourself and people around you that makes it special.
Well, we did preface that.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about me, myself.
Oh.
Me, myself, I don't feel that way. But, you know,
Well,
I do recognize that if I died tomorrow, I think there'd be a couple people who would be
I'd
upset.
be very upset. So we're gonna do yes.
Yes.
If I told you won't be alive much longer, would that frighten you?
Yeah.
It wouldn't frighten me, but we'll go with your answer, okay?
Why wouldn't it frighten you? Just
because I'd be dead, so I wouldn't be able to worry about it.
Mm.
It's one of the only things I don't, like, worry about. I worry about everything else, except dying. Are you afraid of dolls?
Okay, here's the thing. So, I watched Toy Story when I was very young.
Uh-huh.
Because it came out when I was very young. And I never had a problem with dolls. The only problem with the dolls I had with those Cabbage Patch Kids, and they're fucking freaky. I don't like them. Never liked them. But in general, I wasn't afraid of dolls. And then I watched that movie. And then even though I never treated my dolls badly, and they had no reason to attack me, I thought I saw one of them breathing afterwards. And then I duct taped all of them, like bondage duct tape, and threw them in the closet.
Reasonable. So,
And now I'm kind of scared of dolls, but not really. But like, if I see one and it's dark and it's like a human Barbie doll type thing, I get kind of spooked.
Okay.
And it's mainly because I'm worried about the dolls coming back for revenge, even though I don't think I even own any of the dolls that I duct taped and threw to the closet. I'm just kind of scared that they talk to the other dolls.
They do.
And now I'm
They
on
do,
my
baby,
hit
Nelson.
list for
They do.
dolls. Even though the dolls, if they did come alive, probably would have been like, oh, hi. And then I duct taped them and then threw them in the closet. And I think I better throw some in a drawer. Just like suffocated them, really. And then now they're mad at me.
we're gonna go with yes. Do clowns make you uncomfortable?
No.
No, I mean, whatever.
I mean, if there's clowns coming out of the bushes like they did a couple years back, that's kind of weird. But clowns in general.
Have you ever felt like someone was holding you down while you were alone in bed?
No.
Nope. Do you ever feel like you're being watched?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty normal though. Do you suffer from extreme bouts of depression? Yes. Do you ever feel like there might be an unseen force draining your energy?
I mean,
Depression's an unseen force? Yeah, sure. Let's take it. They say if you break a mirror, you receive 7 years of bad luck. Do you believe that?
No.
Have you ever broken a mirror?
I've broken a window.
That's not the same. No. Do you realize that mirrors are typically used as gateways to the spirit realm, and breaking one accidentally can open that gateway up, thus contributing to your bad luck? No, I don't realize that because it's not true. Have you ever heard voices around you when you were alone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever hear strange knocking noises when you're alone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you love yourself?
No.
Do you hate yourself?
No.
I do, but we'll go with your nice answer. Do you ever randomly get chills up your spine? Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is called being alive.
I also get a carbonation in my spine, which I've been told recently is not a normal thing.
It's not, no. Do you ever feel the presence of someone else with you when you know for certain you're alone? Yeah, I think so. But again, I think this is all like the human subconscious. You're never alone. Great. Do bugs randomly start showing up in your home and disappear as quickly as they came? I mean, isn't that called owning a house?
Yeah.
Have your pets ever acted strangely? Yeah. Oh my god. Not that we have a pet, obviously.
We've had pets in the past.
Yes.
And our daughter specifically, even though she is not a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sometimes boofs at things that aren't there or stares.
Yeah, so
And
we'll go with
it's
yes.
creepy.
I think that's normal. Do objects randomly move around your house when you're not around? I swear they fucking do. I swear. I'm gonna go yes for this one. I think it's probably because I'm an idiot, but I think yes. Do doors around you open or shut seemingly on their own?
Yes, because our house has absolutely no ventilation, so whenever we close one door in the house, another door will close because the air has only one way to go.
Oh my god, this one as well. Yes, but that's because we have shit wiring. Do you ever wake up with your name being called?
I mean, you live with another person,
Yeah.
so yes.
Do you feel alone right now? No.
Because I'm here.
Do marks or bruises randomly appear in your body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that happens to everyone for some reason.
We've already had this question. No. Do you trust everyone you meet? No!
No.
Because I'm not an idiot. Do you truly 100% trust anyone in your life?
No.
No.
No, because you will poke me.
That's fair. We'll go with no.
So I don't think you can necessarily 100%
No, everyone has
trust
flaws.
Even if it's like, I can't trust you not to grope me.
Do you believe that one day you'll be taken from this life unexpectedly? I mean, isn't that
just death?
dying? Yeah, I mean, I guess they mean like, you know, you're not from a long illness or something, just sudden death.
I mean...
It's possible, but I don't know if that's... I can't say concretely.
I'd like to say that I would die in my sleep when I'm nice and old, but realistically, I'm probably going to die a lot sooner than that.
Please don't die soon, Papa. I love you. Are you afraid of everyone you know and love dying around you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I worry about you more than I worry about myself. I'll make note of that. Thanks, Alice.
Well, I'm
Are you
dead.
afraid of permanently losing your memory?
I am, but at the same time, at the time, I probably would just be more frustrated than I would be, like, afraid.
I guess if you're aware that you've lost your memory, that's the problem, you know what I mean? I would say yes, but...
I've forgotten my own name before, and that was legitimately one of the most terrifying experiences.
Okay, we'll go with yes then. Are you afraid of your loved ones permanently losing their memories? Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's a real concern. If I told you at the end of this session there's a chance you'll be sacrificed to the demons you've unleashed, would that make you uncomfortable? No, because they're not real, Alice! Did you know that you've unleashed demons by agreeing to play this game? No, because they're not real, Alice! Did you know this isn't a game? No, because it is a game, Alice! Does it make you uncomfortable knowing that 6 out of the 12 playtesters who tested this game in early stages experienced prolonged demonic activity in their homes, and 3 of them are now deceased?
No.
No, because it's not true, Alice! Oh wow, real names. There's no way. There's no way that's real.
Of course not.
Have you ever used a Ouija board?
No.
I haven't either. Have you ever made contact with the other side? No. Have you ever had a pet who's passed away far before its time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have I?
I have. Have you ever had thoughts that were not your own, as if hearing someone else's voice in your head? I have. Have you?
I don't think I have in the way you have, in the sense that when that happens to me, it's I knowingly not
discussing
instigate
things with
it.
yourself.
Oh, yeah, but I'm sort of discussing things with myself,
Okay.
even if it is the voice. But
I have heard voices
Yeah.
when under extreme stress, yes. I'm here. Does your neck, back... I was thinking of that song. My neck, my back.
okay.
No. Do you have a habit of starting something, but for some reason can't seem to find the motivation? That's called being human. Yes. Everyone does that, right?
We find out we're the only
All the
two.
comments are like, what the fuck, you fucking weirdos. Do you get sick easily?
I'd say I do.
Yeah, I'll go with yes too. Do you things typically end up poorly for you, even when they've been doing really well?
I mean, hopefully not in this instance.
No,
of the
No, I'm gonna go no. We can't tempt fate here.
Yeah, no.
Do you feel tired and just wish you could sleep all the time?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you sometimes have difficulty sleeping?
Yes.
Do you often lack motivation?
Yes.
Yes. Do you often have negative thoughts? Yes.
Yes.
Do you get irritated easily? Yes. Do you? I don't think you do.
I think I do, but only with my certain triggers.
I get irritated about
I
everything.
can be chill like 90% of the time, and if it's one of my triggers, it's just like snap. 0 to 60 just so quick. And it's bad, but at least it's not like every second of every day.
Yeah. Alright, yes, I'll say. Are your friendships or relationships often strained?
Well, it depends on which friendship, or I'd say no, because it's very much a person by person basis.
I'd go with no as well. Are you unlucky in your love life and drawn to partners that aren't good for you?
I don't know, baby. Are you unlucky in your love life and
No,
don't have
no.
a partner that's
No,
not
no,
good
no.
for you?
Do you often have ominous dreams? Not often, no. You said you don't have dreams often earlier.
I don't have dreams often, but like when I do, because I go through periods of like dreaming.
Sometimes they're shit.
You know what it is. You know how people say lucid dreaming is amazing because when you know you're dreaming, you can manipulate your mind into doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have the most fantastic, amazing dreams. Anytime I realize I'm dreaming, my dream goes to shit and it turns into a fucking nightmare.
Feel happy? Do you sometimes get a sudden burst of negative energy?
Yes.
Yes. Are you afraid of someone coming into your room and sneaking up behind you while you're not paying attention?
Yes.
Yes, that's normal.
Oh, okay, that one was pretty... Oh, that one got me a little bit.
You little numpkin. Oh, I don't mind Helgra. She's only dangerous if you start seeing her around your house once your session has ended. Well, this is probably a pretty good place for us to stop the simple segment of our questionnaire and move on to more...
Simple?
The next set of questions will be yes or no answers. The next portion of our session will be filled with various scenarios that put you smack dab in the middle of vital choice making. We'll see how well you handle your options as you delve deep into each scenario. Remember, the key to all this is to answer honestly. Let's get started. You and your friends are using a Ouija board. You ask, is anyone there? Suddenly, the planchette moves to yes. What do you do?
Okay, so these are not yes and no questions anymore.
Yeah. I say tell your friends to stop moving the planchette.
Yeah.
Interesting choice. You and your friends are sitting around a campfire. You hear a woman scream in the woods. It sounds very close. It's too dark to hike back to the car safely and no one has cell phone service. What do you do? I'd say everyone get in their tent for the night until morning.
Yeah.
We've experienced this, but we were in a car, so we just hid in the car.
Yeah. Oh god, that was so creepy. So
It was, yeah.
So a little mini story time.
Mm-hmm.
We had just gotten back from, I think, visiting my parents because we were staying with some friends at the time. Because you know my relationship with my family was a bit strained at the time because this was just after we got married. And we drove up, and they had a very long driveway to get to the house. And we were parked up, because we didn't park up, like, right next to the house, because obviously the other piece of people we were living with, they had to actually, you know, park their cars and stuff. So as we were getting out of the car, we heard this demonic, feminine, screaming... shrieking. It was blood curdling. It legitimately sounded like someone getting murdered.
So
Or a demon coming after us. It was one of those two things. And we just stopped and slammed the door closed. And we were just like, what do we do? It's gonna be a mad dash to the house. And the driveway is made in such a way that I can't easily, like, spin the car around and drive away quickly. So what are we gonna do? And we stayed in there, and we couldn't hear the screaming again, but we were just terrified because it was, by the way, to put this in context, it was pitch black because it was like the middle of the night, and I don't think there were a lot of lights, or maybe what the lights on the street were blown because, like we said, it was a very long driveway to get up. Yeah, so basically what we did, we built up courage, and then we made a bad dash for the house, and just legged it, and like, freaking fumbled with keys and everything, and Michelle just had to freaking hold on to her goddamn Baja Blast. We were at risk of being murdered, and she was just like, I'm not gonna drop this Baja Blast.
It's precious liquid green gold. Alright. Really now. Okay, next question. You and your dog are curled up watching a movie for the night. If we had a dog, of course. Out of nowhere, your dog starts barking at the window. None of the usual commands to get your dog's attention work or seems to calm it down. You mean normally.
Yeah.
Suddenly your dog starts snarling and snapping as if someone's acting aggressive or menacing towards it. Your dog's snarling ends with a quick and painful yelp as it runs back towards you in fear. What do you do? I would immediately call an emergency contact number.
Yeah.
You're working late one night at the office and it's very quiet in the building. You keep seeing something out the corner of your eye, but you can't quite catch what it is. Suddenly you smell the aroma of fresh coffee brewing, but you're certain no one is around. You then hear the unfamiliar voice say your name. Isn't this the plot of One Late Night?
This is!
You look around, but no one is there. The lights in the office begin to flicker, the printers and fax machines begin to turn on by themselves, and you hear the sound of children laughing. What do you do? Run out the office as fast as I can?
Yeah.
That should lead to an interesting outcome. It won't. It's a holiday season and you're at your parents' house helping with dinner. You will hear a door slam shut upstairs, but everyone is downstairs. What do you do? Now this I'd probably go and have a look.
Yeah.
But with someone with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Shut up, Alice. Shut up. You're camping with your partner in the woods, laying in your tent together. You hear someone approaching your tent. You quickly look out to investigate, but nothing is there. You zip the tent back up and suddenly something immediately unzips your tent. What do you do? Oh, this is hard. I'd probably wake you up.
Yeah.
Very interesting. It's not that interesting, Alice. You're riding your bike down the street and past a house. You notice a clown walking to their car in the driveway, struggling to carry a very heavy bag. When he catches you staring, he snaps. If you keep staring, you'll end up like this. The clown lifts the heavy bag up over his shoulder and tosses it in the trunk before shunning it close. What do you go? You called the police!
Yeah, you call him.
He just admitted to murder in front of you. Should have asked him for a balloon. You're driving home alone at night with your high beams on, not another car in sight. As you turn around a bend, you see a middle-aged woman on the side of the road, naked and bleeding profusely from the head. What do you do? I would say the fourth one. But I'd call the police, what is the thing I'd do.
Yeah, honestly, what I would do is, well, first off, I need to know, am I on a highway?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I on, like, a
How badly do you need to poop as well?
Shut up. Because if I'm on a highway, realistically, there's no way I can kind of pull over. Really? I mean, there's the lay-by, which you could pull over there, but there's no sort of, like...
Yeah.
Because I would stop at a safe distance away, far away from her.
And then call the police.
And I would probably poke my head out of the car or something and just be like, are you okay? What happened?
We'll go with the fourth one because I think that's the closest we can do.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wouldn't go directly next to her because, one,
No.
I don't know if she did it to herself. I don't know if she just killed somebody. I don't know if the attacker is still out there and, you know, all these other things. But I wouldn't just want to keep on driving. Or if I did keep on driving, I would, like, use my freaking, you know, car phone and just be like, hey, so I just passed by this and this and I just saw a woman bleeding.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm alone and it's really dark. I'm not gonna stay here, but you might want to send somebody out to check.
Exactly. You're home alone making dinner. The TV is on low in the background. You hear your name in a whisper but can't place its location. You look around and don't see anyone, but then you hear it again closer. What do you do? Run? Or defend yourself? Which one would you do?
Honestly, I'd probably grab a kitchen knife.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. That's a bit different. I knew you were going to say... No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You're laying in bed at night and you finally drift off to sleep. You're having a lovely dream and suddenly you're awakened by something grabbing a hold of your leg and shaking you to consciousness. What do you do? Run out the room? I would get out the room. I wouldn't go up onto the bed and be like, what's under my bed? I'd be out.
Wait, is it... Well, here's the thing. Is it something grabbing you from the bottom of the bed?
Yeah, it looks like that's the implication.
I mean, I know what you actually do. You jump, look at me, and go, what? She's like, Jesus Christ, I was sleeping. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but you wanted me to get you up at this time. And then you go,
This is a really horrible one. You're walking through the grocery store at night, but nobody is in the store. It's completely empty. No customers, no cashiers. Everyone has vanished. Suddenly, you see a tall, dark man staring at you. He begins to sprint towards you. What do you do? I would never outrun him, so I'd probably have to grab an object.
I mean, I wouldn't turn around. You zigzag. You don't go straight.
That's true.
Oh.
We'll go with that. We'll go. I would want to run away. Interesting. We'll see if that works. Great. You're in the
Probably
bathtub at home and suddenly the bathroom lights turn off. The bathroom door begins to unlock itself and the door slowly creaks open, but no one is standing there. What do you do?
Uh...
I'd probably ask if someone was there. I assume this was just like the wind or some shit. Or
Yeah.
Or you fucking with me? I wonder what's waiting for you. I'm watching you. Interesting decisions you've made. I think it's about time you move on. Okay. This last one set of questions I'd like you to answer. You may not wish to choose an answer to many of these, but you must. No matter how uncomfortable the answers might be, just imagine a gun to your head when making a decision. You must answer. Let's continue. You ready, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather kill and eat your best friend or let your best friend kill and eat you?
What the fuck?
Joke's on them. I don't have a friend. Pretzel's my best friend.
Oh, we have to let us be killed then.
Yeah. Would you rather fight a serial killer to death or attempt to run away and escape? Attempt to run away. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't work, then fight them to the death.
Yeah.
Would you rather kill both your parents to save all your friends or kill all your friends to save both your parents? That's hard.
Oh man,
that's hard.
That's hard.
Practically, my parents are old, my friends are not. So I'm going to go kill my parents. Okay?
Okay.
Just don't tell them I said that, alright? Would you rather be stuck on a rooftop and surrounded by a horde of zombies down below, or be stuck in a cabin with a large pack of hungry wolves? Zombies, because they're not real.
See, I'd rather the wolves because the wolves are not going to come inside and they're going to get bored eventually.
Yeah, but the zombies aren't even there. Would you rather be abducted by aliens or abducted by a serial killer?
Aliens, because they're just going to probe you.
Yeah, good
I mean,
old-fashioned probe. Might be fun.
Evidently, it's a horrible experience if you are to believe the encounters of people who claim they have been abducted by aliens. But at least you're not dead.
That's true. Would you rather be possessed by a demon and hack apart the person you love the most, or the person you love the most be possessed and let them kill you? Well, we'll let them kill us again, yeah?
Okay.
We're dead. Would you rather hijack a plane and crash it into the ocean, or be on a plane that gets hijacked and crashes into a mountain? I don't want to do either of these things, really. But I wouldn't hijack a plane, that's too shit.
Yeah.
Would you rather be caught in the middle of a gang war, or caught in the middle of two lions fighting? I think that you probably get more chance of getting away with the lions fighting. Don't you think? I mean, do you know much about the predatory fighting habits of lions?
No, I really don't.
Then let's go for that. Would you rather be stranded in the middle of the ocean in open water while slightly bleeding, or be stranded in the middle of the desert while heavily bleeding? Oh, these are both really shit.
I mean, you're dead either way.
Yeah. I'd rather just die in the desert, because you just pass out, right? Instead of having your limbs ripped off.
Actually, theoretically speaking, you would probably die in similar ways in both instances, because when you're out in the open water, you have a tendency to like be sunburned and have a lot of
that's true. Exposure,
sun damage.
yeah.
And in the desert, you would basically do the same thing. It'd just be a lot hotter, maybe.
Yeah. I feel that I'm going to go for the desert because I'm terrified of open water.
Oh, babe.
Yeah. Would you rather be captured by modern-day pirates or captured by pirates from the 1700s? Modern day, because you get ransomed.
Yeah, probably.
Instead of just catching scurvy and being made to walk the plank. Would you rather die of starvation or die of dehydration? As we're both fat, let's go for starvation because it'll take a lot longer. Okay? Would you rather have to fend off a home intruder in your house or be surrounded by fire in your own house? Oh, that's tough.
Well, theoretically,
Yeah.
if you're willing to get burnt, you could just drape a blanket or something over yourself and sprint through the fire. But you will get burnt. You will suffer, like, third-degree burns. Unless you can get the blanket wet, in which case you kind of have better chance.
I mean, I'd be really scared, so that's always a way.
Listen, I'm not saying, practically speaking, you would necessarily be thinking 100% when you're in a fire. I'm just, like, I've never experienced being in actual, like, fire situation. I mean, I almost burnt down a kitchen once, but the fire was kind of limited to the stove. It was a very big fire on the stove. It was very scary, but I've never been in a situation of the house is on fire.
We'll go with fire, because home intruder is one of my biggest fears.
Yeah.
Would you rather ingest an extremely toxic mushroom or get bitten by an equally dangerous venomous snake?
I don't know the survival rates.
I go with mushroom just because it wouldn't hurt as much initially. And they can pump your stomach, right?
If you had the correct anti-venom, I think you may have a higher chance of surviving a snake bite, but I'm not 100%
Yeah, because you haven't ingested it, I suppose. That makes sense. Would you rather visit a haunted insane asylum with no lights or visit a haunted circus with no lights?
I mean, is it active?
Are there people just working there? I'm gonna go with circus, alright. Because circuses don't stay in one place anyway, just fuck off the next day. Would you rather be haunted by a very angry ghost or a very neutral demon?
A neutral demon, because that is something straight out of a goddamn anime. And I may or may not have written a story like that.
Would you rather eat your favourite pet in order to survive a dangerous situation or eat a complete stranger's body? Stranger.
Yes.
No questions. Would you rather be stabbed 3 times in each leg or stabbed once in the stomach? 3 times in each leg. You're much more likely to survive. Would you rather have your head undone in the cold water for 3 minutes or have your head plunged into boiling water for 10 seconds? I think cold water. Would you rather be waterboarded than become blind?
That is a good point. Cold water.
Would you rather die alone or would you die surrounded by your friends and family? Surrounded by friends and family, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather have 3 dozen live spiders funneled down your throat or let half a dozen live scorpions crawl on your body? I'd let them crawl on my body.
Crawl on your body, because they're not necessarily going to stab you.
Just walk around. Would you rather stay in an extremely haunted mansion for 72 hours or attempt to survive in your own house with a serial killer for 22?
Haunted mansion.
Yep.
No question.
Would you rather sleep in a cell that's a known witch used to live in for 1 night or sleep in an abandoned hospital that's notoriously haunted for 1 night? Both of these are not scary, but we'll go with the witch's cellar.
Yeah.
Would you rather know that somebody's been watching you in the room this entire time or be completely oblivious to them standing there?
Well, I'm right here.
Okay.
So...
Oh, yeah, I see you. All right. Yeah, brilliant. I find your answers to be very revealing. I've learned a lot, and I'm sure you will soon as well. Let me take a look at your whole and deep dive into what fate has in store for you. I believe we've come to a verdict. Based on what you've told me, I've come to a conclusion. This is how I see your life ending.
Right now.
I see you walking by yourself. It's dark out and you wouldn't normally be alone at this time. You hear footsteps behind you. You stop and turn around to look. Someone is standing behind you. They stop and stare, but not at you. You must think it's a coincidence because they turn around and keep walking. You don't hear any footsteps following you, however you get this strange urge to turn back around and check again. When you turn around, there's no one there. The man who you thought was following you is nowhere in sight. He must have taken a turn somewhere along the way.
He's gonna go in front of you.
Suddenly, before you turn back round, someone grabs you from behind and a damp rag is placed over your face. Within seconds, your entire world turns to black.
And you're sold into slavery.
You wake up just as quickly
as
you'd
That is terrifying thought.
Yeah, we've been chloroformed. You wake up just as quickly as you had, slipped into a comatose state. But you're not where you remember being when you were out. You realise you cannot feel your body. For some reason, you're entirely numb and all you feel is your face. You're in a dimly lit room. It's hard to see and your eyes are still very groggy. You're not sure what's going on until you look down. You're laying in a dirty, blood-stained bathtub full of ice. You begin to panic. You begin to move and a slightly numb pain envelops your side. You've had our kidney stolen. You begin to crawl out the bathtub. In doing so, you realise you've been cut open. Your kidney has been harvested. You've been very poorly stitched back together and you're bleeding heavily. You notice that your clothes are across the room next to the sink. You crawl over to them and go through your pockets to find your phone. You reach into your pocket, grab it, and frantically dial someone's number. Your first thought isn't to call an emergency contact or the authorities. It's almost as if you know you're going to die from loss of blood. As if you know you only have minutes left to live and want to say goodbye. You dial the number of the one person you love and care about more than anyone else. The one person whom you would like to say goodbye to the most while on your deathbed. The phone rings and rings. And then nothing. Frustrated and in panic, you quickly try and recall the number. But before you do, your phone rings. You recognize that it's from the number you just called. A sense of relief fills your soul.
Oh, is it gonna be like the person is dead? Like they went over and killed them?
Maybe. Hello, are you there? Can you hear me? There's a scream on the other end of the phone. This is ridiculous. A horrifying, painful, agonizing scream for help. And then, an unfamiliar voice responds to you. They can't come to the phone right now. They're in the bath, but I'm sure they'll call you back. The phone disconnects immediately after. You scream at the top of your lungs in anguish, pulsing out from the intense pain and blood loss, and eventually you slip away. Well, that's a shit outcome, isn't it? Doesn't take long before you die from your wounds, and the fate of your loved one is much similar to that of your own. But it doesn't have to be this way. There will come a night when you have no transportation, but you feel you must go somewhere. No, there won't. Something compels you. You feel obligated. Someone very much wants you to visit them or get something for them. Someone needs your help. Otherwise, you wouldn't be out in the dark alone. Someone will ask you for a favour around 11 PM. They will make it sound like it's extremely important, like it's an emergency and you're the only one that can help. But as much as they need you, they will forever regret asking you to go because ultimately it leads to your fate. You must tell them no. You must be selfish. Being nice and helpful is going to get you killed at this time. Remember to look at the clock. However, the person who is responsible for your fate will be near your house at the time. So make sure your doors are locked. You should be fairly safe as long as they don't see you leave. They will not return to your home or your area once this event takes place. So as soon as someone close to you asks for your help, just know that the assailant will not revisit you on a later night. I hope that helps. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks, Alice. Your secret word is harvested. Remember this word. This will come in handy. Okay. That's a cool little idea, I guess.
Oh, that's good.
If you left your secret word for us on other titles, we'll read your feedback. This is not the first one of these they've done. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be part of history. Okay. Alright, thanks for that. Thank you for taking the time to support us. We genuinely hope you've enjoyed your time playing our titles or learned something of value and importance that can benefit you in life. I've learned how not to get my organs harvested. Alright.
I wonder if this is like a...
It's like a meta thing, right? Like a ARG almost. Anyway. We look forward to reading your thoughts and feelings that help shape what we do on First Book. Okay, right. Okay, they're going to make more of these. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you very much, developer. Alright. Thoughts, very quickly, baby.
It was very thought-provoking.
It was nice to talk about stuff, wasn't it?
Mm.
Like, it's... We're probably a bit too skeptical to fully enjoy the experience.
Mm.
But, overall, I thought this was pretty good for what it was.
Yeah.
And we hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon for more stuff. Link to this game if you want to play it yourself. If you do play the game, let us know your creepy word in the comment section below. It's only £1 on Steam, or like $2.
It's well worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was way longer than I thought it was. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Bye!
Bye! Big shout out to our Patreon producer Alice for being such an amazing nomkin and continuing to support us. If you guys enjoy spooky horror stuff, like the game in this very video, you should consider being really nom like Alice and checking out our Patreon via the link below.
So
long!